Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Time for another 3D metal model build. I'm not saying Metal Earth or Peace School because this isn't one of their brands. I have this interesting little character here that I just had to pick up. I have a Peace Fun model. The Danboard. Not real certain what that is. But it's a neat little square-headed dude. And I just had to grab it. It's pretty inexpensive. Now, Peace Fun does make knockoffs of Metal Earth models, and I am not encouraging anyone to go get their knockoff models. The metal is not necessarily as good, but that's debatable, and I don't want to get into a debate. I'm just saying I would rather see support of Metal Earth or Peace School, the big companies that are taking the time to design these kits and secure licenses to bring us the cool stuff that we've got. I would like to see more cool stuff and not them lose money to copycat companies and possibly lose future really cool models. But anyway, this is not a copycat. This is something unique, which is why I grabbed it. I don't see it anywhere on the Facebook or Peace School model page. Well, honestly, it's just this cute little square guy or rectangle guy or whatever. Let's put them together. Let's open it up, see what's inside, and just throw them together real quick. Peace Fun 3D metal model kits. Danboard. Let's open this up. This does look like, kind of like it may be a copycat, but I don't know who does the original. I'm not going to tear this one. I'm going to try and open it this way, because this is a glossier, thicker paper, it seems, or cardboard. Plus, that's actually big enough I can grab it and peel it open. Not so much with the metal. Directions. Metal sheet with the plastic film on it. Been a while since I've seen that. But it looks like it's just one. Kind of feels thick, but that's the plastic sheet. Put that aside. Let's open this up. Wow, that's pretty simple. I just got basically what equates to the top half of the front of a Metal Earth instructions, which is nice. I hoped it would be fairly simple, and it looks to be. I hope I haven't jinxed myself. We have 3D metal model kits at the top. We have a line drawing of the model. We have a mix of English and an Oriental language. I don't dare speculate, call that Chinese, because it might or might not be Chinese. I understand there's multiple dialects. But anyway, let's see here. Insertion tabs are inserted and then folded. Okay, so it's fairly plain English. Insertion tabs, fold lines, and insertion holes. Those pliers are helpful for assembly. Looks like they've copied this off of a Metal Earth model. Some diagrams about the insertion holes. I'm sorry, this made me laugh because normally this would be a blue circle and a green triangle, but this is basically looks like a Xeroxed, uncolored copy. But still, the shapes are all you really need. That means to fold it out, fold the tab over. This means to twist the tab. And down at the bottom we have the one solo metal sheet, the layout of, with the numbers pointing to the parts, so you can find them for the assembly. Pretty simple, self-explanatory really. And over here we have the assembly flowchart, starting with 1, 2, 3, and 4. This comes together here. Just follow the very faint Xeroxed arrows. 5, 6, 7. That comes together here. 8, 9 times 2. So there's 2 legs, 2 parts. 10 comes together, and then you're done because there's only 10 parts. Let's talk tools. I have a pretty standard set of tools that I use in most every build. I have needle nose pliers. I have flat nose pliers. I have flush clippers. These are a must for me. They clip parts off the sheets quickly and cleanly. I have a set of precision tweezers, one with a very pointed end, one with the pointed end ground down slightly, and flat set with a sort of curved tip, useful for twisting tabs in slightly curved areas. I also have a pretty standard set of tweezers with a flat angled end. These come in one of the Iconics kits, and I use them a lot. When it comes to shape and rounded parts, there are many options. I used dowel rods for a long time. I sharpened the ends of 2 of them with a pencil sharpener. These 2 are great for making cone shapes. Another option is a cheap drill bit set. This set has quite a few different sizes to choose from. Another option is a set of step mandrels. So we've taken a quick look at the very complicated instructions, and we have our all-important solitary metal sheet. Got some tools together, a little bit of sarcasm. Let's put this together. Bend the tabs at the ends of the arms just a little bit, and the end slots will slide right over it. I was a bit puzzled at first at how this shoulder came together. There was not a 360 view that I know of to go by, and the instructions were less than clear, but I worked it out. The tabs for the shoulder go in the outer holes. There are a lot of tabs to get lined up here, so take your time. Then the round piece goes inside the box of the shoulder in the inner holes. I decided to put the round inner shoulder part on first to occupy its tabs, to make it easier for me to get the other tabs of the shoulder joint in the right slots. The tops of the legs only have 3 slots on them, but be sure to put them on the correct side to avoid confusion like I had when the parts wouldn't fit. Be sure you put the legs on part 8 on the unengraved side. I bend these tabs inwards to get them out of the way of the 2 halves connecting. All finished, tiny little square guy, not hard to do. I'd never heard of this character before, but I did a little bit of looking into him, just a little bit after I built him. He's not hard to do, just this one little issue with the shoulder up here. But once I got that figured out, he came together pretty quickly. This guy only took 30 minutes to put him together. I was a little surprised. I thought it took a little longer than that, but only 30 minutes, and it's not that surprising. With the exception of that shoulder being confusing, it's pretty simple. It's just a bunch of box shapes coming together, so it's not that hard to do. Now, from what I understand, I'm going to try not to murder any names here. I did a little bit of research. It seems that Danboard or Danbo is a fictional cardboard box robot character from Kiyohiko Azuma's manga series Yotsuba, and that's with an and in it, so I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Now, this is not a Metal Earth kit. It is a knockoff. It's from a company that does a lot of knockoffs, so I don't know if maybe this is a knockoff of something else. If you know, I'd be curious to find out. The metal is not as shiny, and it doesn't seem quite as sturdy as the Metal Earth stuff. It seems to almost not want to bend where it's supposed to and want to curve and not shape right. So I don't think I would want to spend any more money on Peace Fun personally, unless maybe it was a really unique model that I couldn't find anywhere else, which right now that's what this is to me. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you know anything about this guy, I'd be curious to know more. Thank you for watching, and keep on keeping on.